Hey, Warrior Saints, Father Chris here. Welcome to our Crucifixional Life stream. Glad to have you beautiful people with us on this glorious Friday. We are the Warrior Saints movement on location. We are no longer in Phoenix for the day. We're actually in Ligonier, Pennsylvania, somewhere outside of Pittsburgh, maybe an hour and a half or so outside of Pittsburgh at the Antiochian Village Camp and Learning Center. This is a major camp or it is the largest camp, the Archdiocesan camp for all of our archdiocese, and all of our kids and all of our organizations come here throughout the year. And Greg and I had to travel for meetings. We thought, why not? Let's do it. To get here was an easy task in the sense that Greg had made for us all of the arrangements and had planned our travel. Like, we didn't just, decide we're going to end up half of the country away. In fact, maybe even 3/4 of the country away. We had to plan how to get there, right? Like, when you're going from point A to point B, you have to have a plan. Whether it's the GPS on your phone, using an old school map, calling an airline, booking a car, getting a hotel. You don't just go, right? Some people do that, Jack Reacher, but most people have to have a plan if you want to go from point A to point B. As we were talking about yesterday, and we looked at St. Paul's epistle to the Corinthians, that beautiful verse in chapter 4 about many guides. You really have many guides, but there's one Father in Christ, which was Paul himself as he taught the Corinthians. It then naturally follows that if we are on a journey in our own lives, if we're striving to be warrior saints, the best men and women that we can be, living our lives according to God's will and not our own, we need a guide, but that guide's got to show us a plan. The same apostle, the great apostle Paul, tells us in Ephesians a beautiful text about the plan that God has for us. I'm going to read it to you. Greg's going to throw it on your screen. In chapter 1, in chapter 1, he starts with this in verse 5. He destined us in love to be his sons through Jesus Christ, according to the purpose of his will. He destined us in love to be his son. Ladies, that doesn't exclude you. Son, meaning his children, right? To be his children in Jesus Christ. We're supposed to look like Christ. That's the plan that God set for all of us as warrior saints. And when I say look like Christ, I don't mean, your physical countenance. What I mean is that your life, the way you live each and every day, each and every moment, in whatever encounter you may face, whatever struggle you may face, whatever hardship you may have to endure, that you live a Christ-like way. I want to say it like this, that you're imitating Christ, which is what we call being crucifixional. So we have to take our own cross, follow Christ, living Christ-like, so that we grow into the full maturity in Christ that God has set for us, right? This is his plan. Listen to this last little verse I want to read in chapter 1, verse 10. According to the purpose which he set forth in Christ, as a plan for the fullness of time, to unite all things in him, things in heaven and things on earth, right? St. Paul, he is telling us that his plan is to unite us all as a bunch of crucifixional people living Christ-like lives, to be his sons and his daughters, right? That's the plan. But it ain't easy to do because there's a lot of stuff out there that's really constantly trying to, pull us off path, pull us off track. Really, let's just say it, to make us stray from the path, the way of the warrior saint. You know it. I know it. We all know it. It's out there. So how do we find a plan to help keep us on that way? That's exactly why we're here. That's exactly why we come to you every single day. So much so that we brought all our gear all the way to Ligonier, Pennsylvania, so that we could continue to teach. This is why warriorsaints.org exists, and I want you guys to go there right now. Let us help guide. Let us help offer the plan. It's not a plan that is from us. We didn't create it. It's from God alone, God above. And this plan is the only way to live our lives the right way. Come on, join us. Easy. Subscribe. When you get there, go to the Way of the Warrior Saint. It's $8. That's it. Subscribe. Join it. Join us on the Way of the Warrior Saint movement. We love you. It's a fun weekend. We're going to be quick today because we got to get back for meetings. However, we'll be back Sunday morning for Orthros and Liturgy at 9 and 10 a.m. respectively. Pacific, and we'll be back Monday to teach some more. Love you guys. We appreciate you all. We appreciate everything you do. We ask that you share, subscribe, do all that kind of stuff, ring the bells. It helps us tremendously. We'll be back on Sunday and again on Monday. Love you. Till then, as always, keep walking on the way of the warrior saint.